How did this all start? Champ was one of the best dogs I've ever owned, one of my favorite dogs ever, and he became the heart of many people's like, oh man, I love Champ. He should have been bred, and by the time we got there, it's too late. So think about that. It forces me to go down the rabbit hole of revisiting which studs exist that would complement Zara in a way that brings or gives me a great boy to have. That was the biggest conversation 4 or 5 years ago, was the Merle American Bully. The price you could get for it, the price it was going for, all that stuff. I said, I have to do the Merle breeding first, because if I get a Merle in my hands, it will be the difference in most Merles. Champ, come on.
Champ, come on.
Champ, come on, get it in. I suck at telling stories. But I'm going to try my best to tell you the story of phase 2. Phase 2 is a list. This is a whole list of all the videos I'm going to bring to you. And it's roughly over 30 and some change, but I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to do the best I can. That being said, how did this all start? Whenever you're building something, you want to look back and then think about the future. Champ was one of the best dogs I've ever owned, one of my favorite dogs ever, and he became the heart of many people's like, oh man, I love Champ. I should, if I use social media the way that I do today, I could have put I love Champ on a shirt and y'all would have bought it. That's how good of a dog he was. God, I love that dog. And I fucked up. I was going to use no vulgarity, but the truth is I fucked up. He should have been bred. And by the time we got there, it's too late. Lord Jesus. I still think about that every day. And as I was telling the story in my TikToks, I'm practicing this on TikTok too in short form. And I'm looking at Zara sitting on top of Champ, and I'm like, oh man, if it just man. So let me say this. If we had bred Champ and Zara, I don't know that I would have ever got into breeding. Not the way that we are right now. I never would have been like, man, I'm about to breed, do all this stuff, fix the American Bully, such and such and such. I just wanted another Champ. Champ is one of the original gangsters of the American Bully when it was still considered the American Pit Bull Terrier. And I still have his UKC paperwork. 1 second, let me grab that for you. Now, I've done videos before, but this right here, we've got True Tanks Samurai Paco. We've got Blue Edge Peaches and Cream. We've got Low Jack Remy Martin. We've got Blue Pitch Gina Jules. But Notorious Rockzilla, Mob Deeps. Like, y'all that know, 10 plus years ago, y'all that know, you know some of these names. That was in his pedigree. These dogs are in his pedigree, okay? I take a look at Champ, and he's getting old. I say, man, I gotta breed this dog. And it dawned on me that I'll be without Champ for the rest of my life if I don't breed him again. I go on a vacation, and in that moment I realized I've never left Champ. And guys, I'm not an emotional person, not like that. But I'm like tearing up when I'm leaving. I'm like, yo, please take care of my dog. That might have been the first time I ever said it, because somebody had to watch it, but I didn't think nothing of it at the time. Champ's a dog who had great temperament, super good with everybody. He was no prey drive whatsoever. He was just like the homie. You could chill with Champ, and he became me. So I end up talking to, shout out to Authentic Bulls, Rudy. And I'm like, yo, I can't get back into this thing with the bulldog thing. I need more of the terrier side. And I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm looking for it. And I found the dog that I was looking for, the female, because you got to start with the female. And in that, one night Champ eats a bad bone, he's shooting blood. I mean, just all these things are going wrong. And I'm telling this stuff in short form to the best of my ability. Champ gets a semen analysis, and I realize I'm screwed, right? They say he's shooting dust. So then, what does that force me to think about? The things that have to take place. Now I bought this female. Somebody help me get the female. Help me buy Zara. I get this female dog. I poured everything I can into her, and Champ's shooting dust. So think about that. It forces me to go down the rabbit hole of revisiting which studs exist that would complement Zara in a way that brings or gives me a great boy to have. And that does what? Forces me to investigate where the American Bully is today. And at the time, Merle was all the way up. So everybody was talking about Merle. Merles ain't American Bullies. Merles ain't a thing. Merles are bad. Merles are genetic defects. You can't breed two Merles. I mean, the Merle conversation was trending, and it was like every day you got online, somebody was arguing, complaining, oh, that's got a bulldog in it. You're like, whatever. That was the biggest conversation 4 or 5 years ago, was the Merle American Bully. The price you could get for it, the price it was going for, all that stuff. So I'm sitting on the couch, because now Champ can't be bred. And I'm buying a dog named Earl the Merle. And he's running a Christmas special that ends the night of Christmas. He's like, yo, $1,500 for Earl Stuffy. I'm like, okay, do I go classic and fix, just breed a good dog, or do I go Merle and participate in the controversy and just show people that it's okay? You know what we did. And I mean, Jamarcus could attest to this day. He didn't know what was going on at the time, but I told him, I said, I have to do the Merle breeding first, because if I get a Merle in my hands, it will be the difference in most Merles. That's that. It's literally like, if I start here, I'll make him popular. And if you guys that have been with us for a long time, I literally put Eagle be worth $300,000. And I literally go in the video, and not because he's ever going to be studded out, but because of the value he's going to add to everyone's life. My God, was that right? I didn't get the Merle gene or the Merle defect to participate in the argument. I got it because I wanted to show people that it's okay. It's okay. I did the research. I'm really good at research and science and data. So if I'm going back to, hey, how did this start? Technically, it started out of fear. I was afraid of losing Champ and never having something like him ever again. And when I no longer had the option to use Champ as a stud, as my boy to be bred, because you have to wait till the female has her third heat or has her is 2 years old. That's the rules. I never was gonna break that rule, no matter what. If I ran out of time. But then that forced me to look at what was going on. And here we are today. So if you want to know and you want to see, a small series on how this came to be and all the dogs in the past and my love for the pit bull and the German shepherd, and hell, I had Basset Hounds one back in the day for 2 seconds. My papa hated them dogs. They made too much noise. I'm going to do my best to practice and become a better storyteller. But I will tell you that this whole Fit Bully Kennels started with my Champ Bunku. I went to one show out in Mesquite, and they were like, man, that dog looks good. How old is he? I said 7. They're like, 7 months? I was like, no, 7 years old. And they were like, really? He got up on the table by himself? I was like, yeah. They're like, are you kidding me? I said, if this dog can't walk 2 miles with a vest on, we gonna have a problem. And to this day, I still have a photo of Hobbs holding Champ with the vest on in Texas heat. One thing Champ could do is do what I needed him to do, and he was relatively healthy for the majority of his life. I don't remember taking him to the vet and nothing like that. Just wasn't our thing. Why? Because I've always been concerned with health. And then I looked at the whole industry and said, oh wow, I think health is going to be very important to up and coming pet parents. And if we can build something to bridge the gap between human health and pet health, we could be very important to a lot of people. Guys, stay tuned, because literally there's a lot more work to do. But what I will tell you is, take care of your dogs.